Behold, the Dark Master speaks. Thanks for tuning in. Yes! Years from now you'll be like, do you remember when Sean was doing all those videos in a hoodie because he was too lazy to do something with this hair? Yeah, there's a whole thing going on underneath here. Listen, I'm just waiting for the pizza place to open so I can go get lunch. Alright guys, listen up. Last video I made, I had a few people actually provide me with a few prompts for speaking, and away we go. The first one, which I'm going to credit to, hold on, JJP1, alright, P like the vegetable. Alright, he asks what 40K army I'm doing next, what am I into? And I have to say my favorite army of all time is Eldar, followed closely by Tyranids, so that's what's up next. I'm waiting for these releases to come out and the book to come out. I'm in 100%, and I hope 9th time is the charm where I won't have to sell this army. My goal has always been not sell any armies ever, just keep cataloging them. And where I'm not is with my role-playing stuff. And it's just because there's no buyers for that. No one wants to buy a bunch of random role-playing figures. And I just paint them up in my spare time, and it's been slowly accumulating for fun. In fact, I have a video I'm putting up today about that. And so that's my next excitement. I really like 9th edition 40K. It's right, I think, about in the middle. Like, they've released about 60% of the codexes. And then I think we got a couple more years of good of 9th, and then they're going to scrap all that. You'll throw all those books, that $1,000 of books, you just throw them right in the garbage, and we'll be on to 10th edition. I don't know how they're going to change it or improve it, quite frankly. I think 7th, 8th, and 9th have been really a lot of changes. They've really improved it. I mean, I remember in 5th edition you were playing, gosh, what was that mission with table quarters? And that was it. You just each deploy in a table quarter, and whoever had control of the most would win at the end of the game. And that was the game. There were no secondary objectives, no stratagems. And it was a lot of fun. A golden age, really. Hold on, let's see what the next part of this question is. Yeah. Okay, so have I gotten in any games recently, or have I just been doing my role-playing stuff? I've just been doing the role-playing stuff. However, I do believe that I'm going to be at LVO this year. A really good friend of mine, he had a spot open up, and I think we're just going to go. It's an impromptu road trip, so I'm putting that together right now, and I'm really excited for it. It'll be the first time BTP in any shape has gone to a convention in, I think, 7 years. So, and I'm just going to kind of wander around. I'm not promoting anything. I probably won't have business cards. I'm just going to go there and enjoy. And many thanks to my repeat clients. The vast majority of the projects coming through are from repeat business, which supposedly is a good thing. Always nice to get new clients, though. Okay, what else? Oh, yeah, this same guy, he asked, and by the way, thanks. He asks if whatever happened to my Beasts of Chaos, had to sell them off about 3 years ago. And I still remember them. And no, I didn't win any games with them. I was mostly playing against my sons. And my sons, they're smart. They build really hard armies, and I was just getting nut punched the whole time. It was pretty bad. I gotta find a group where they're just having a good time, and I've really found that in the expression of miniatures and terrain through storytelling games, i.e., role-playing games like Dungeons and Dragons. And also my Dune game, by the way, which is going really well. It's, like the people that are in it, they just their minds are getting blown every week. And it's so good. I put in so much effort to really make it a sandbox. Come on, Sean, finish your sentences. Okay, let's take a look at the next thing. Hold on, I'll be right back. I'll keep my hand up here to keep you company. Okay. And this is the only prompt left. What replenishes your love of gaming? This is a super interesting question because I've been doing this for 18 years. And I'm super jaded. I'm like, oh, another army. And it's really my artists that keep things fresh because to them, or many of them, this is new. They haven't seen, Harlequins before. And so, yeah, so what replenishes my love of gaming? I don't want to say I don't know. I just enjoy it so much. I'd say rotating systems helps a lot. And also, this has always been a new release driven industry. Like, Games Workshop couldn't have kept up with 5th edition for 16 years for 40K. Like, they have to keep it fresh. I wish they wouldn't freshen it up so much, which I've heard called rules churn. And the same person asked me what destroys my love of gaming. It's buying books. I love books, but I am not a fan of Games Workshop's model of they just keep pumping out the books and supplemental rule books, and it's like it freshens up the game. It's certainly better. Like, if I had to pick between this and what was happening in 2009, where you would wait 4 or 5 years to get an update to your book, and in the meantime your army was just unplayable because it was so bad, I'd much rather have what we have now. And there are enterprising individuals on the internet who do keep updated rules all in one place. So that is to be found, and that's really all you need. And that's what Games Workshop should be doing. They should have a website you can go to, and it has all the rules collated, correct, all in one place with easily printable options that are legal at tournaments. Because right now, you go to an official tournament, you actually have to have the published books with you, or you automatically lose any rules disputes. But if Games Workshop actually had a real website that was up to date all the time, then you wouldn't need all this errata and print off thing. And I've seen pictures on the interwebs, like someone's like, oh, I'm playing my army. Oh, look at these 3 or 4 books I have to have open at the same time to have all the rules that I need. That's just terrible. So that kills my love of it. I don't like the new books. Now, that said, every year I've usually given away or garbaged a lot of books where I'm like, oh, old edition, chuck. And I wish I hadn't done that. Like, I wish I had kept all that stuff. At the same time, I don't know if I really would have liked to have carried around all those books between various locations. As a side note, I've recently organized all my books into bins, and I've actually gotten rid of over half of them. And right now, I am lightening my load in life. I have very few physical possessions, and it's really fantastic. It's really lovely. I just watched something on Amazon Prime Video. Hold on a second. Let me find out what the name of it is. Come on. It's called Generation Wealth. And that was a bit of an eye-opener. Basically, the effects of having like lots and lots and lots of money and how it turns people into commodities. And I have a whole lot of thoughts on this matter, which I'm going to do in another video. I am careful, though, about what it is that I say, because I think that what I talk about out loud affects my mood, affects my life experience. So I'm careful not to complain about things. So I'm looking at my notes here, and I'm like, oh, is this a little complainy? You know, focus on the positive, look for the positive, enjoy what's happening now. And so, yeah, they're interviewing this guy, and he's like this billionaire in exile, right? And he starts to break down a little bit, get emotional, and because he's remembering a time when he was at this beautiful Mediterranean harbor, and he's having dinner with his wife, and like everything's beautiful, but he's on his phone. He's like, he's making the deals, you know, and he's looking at her, and he's like, hey, do you want that boat? Do you want that boat? You want that boat? We can do anything that we want. And she just says, hey, I'd like to have dinner with you, a nice dinner. And I'm like, well, that's been a really big revelation of mine over the last 9 years, is what is life really about? And for me, it was Valhalla, October 2012. I was up in Sundance, and it was autumn, my favorite time of year at the time. Now it's spring. Actually, it's any time of year now. And surrounded by all these awesome people playing games, and, you know, hand-picking the staff that I wanted to be there, all this catered meals. And I was like, and inside I was just like churning. My gut was just in a knot because I just worried about so many things. I was like worried about it. And now, so many years later, I feel good inside most of the time. And my predominant feeling is one of accomplishment, that I've already had like a wonderful life. I'm really enjoying myself. It's really great. All right, well, time to wrap this up. Last night, just one last little bit of news. Last night, I went to see a movie with my 13-year-old daughter. That was like really cool. And I'm like, hey, do you want to go see this animated, like anime type film, Belle? And I thought she'd be into that. She's like, no, I want to see Scream 5. So we went and saw Scream 5. I really enjoyed it. I usually enjoy movies, and in fact, enjoy life, because I lower my expectations. I'm just having a good time for what it is. And we really had a blast. It was a lot of fun. And so much stabbing. So life is good. And I'm bringing you guys along for the ride, at least indirectly. Also, remember my awesome trade program, and I also take role-playing books. So, excited about that. I think that's it. All right, guys. Hey, thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. It's a lot of fun to have this sort of core group of BTP fans left, and you know, I can just put up whatever I want for the heck of it. All right. The not so dark, kind of cheerful master speaks.